All right, welcome back, everyone. We are here doing another staff spotlight. Again, my name is Jennifer Light, and I am the graduate intern for Lynchburg Beacon of Hope. And I have a wonderful staff member here today, and she's going to tell you a little bit more about her. So I'm going to let her introduce herself and let us know what she does at Beacon of Hope and how long she's been with them.
Well, hey, Jen, thanks so much for doing all these videos. You're doing a great job. My name is Beth Joseph, and I am the Director of Operations for Lynchburg Beacon of Hope. And essentially that just means I do a little bit of everything. I'm doing my job right if I have a hand in almost every program and every single thing that we do. So, and I have been with Beacon of Hope almost 2 years. Actually, my 2-year anniversary is tomorrow.
We have to get you a
August
present.
20th.
That's great. So what would you say is your favorite event that we host during the academic year?
Absolutely the 8th grade symposium. And I'm a little bit biased, I think, because that's one of the events that I get to have my hand in the most. But it's just fun to watch 8th graders, their light bulb go off sometimes for the first time of understanding what it takes for them to get to whatever they want their post-secondary pathway to be, or being exposed to different pathways that they had no idea about. So yeah, it's just fun. It's a busy, exhausting 3 days, but it's so fun to get to see all of our 8th graders here in Lynchburg City Schools and get to bring them onto one of our local partner college campuses and just have an absolute blast with them.
Oh, I love it. That's so cool. And if you want more information about the 8th grade symposium, check out their website. So what would you say is your favorite Beacon of Hope memory within the 2 years?
There's been lots of good ones, but probably hands down, and probably a lot of our staff would say this as well too, was in September of 2018 when we announced the Stay Close Go Far scholarships at EC Glass to both. We had all of the seniors from both EC Glass and Heritage come over, and we got to announce to them the promise that our awesome executive director and director of development and the board of people and just a bunch of generous folks here in Lynchburg had just worked on for years and given money toward. And so I think hands down that'll always be my favorite memory, just to watch the faces in the room, to hear the gasps, all these different things of, people realizing there was a scholarship waiting for them once they graduated.
Nice. And what would your coworkers describe you as? Or how would they describe you?
My first thought when you just said that was spreadsheet. I do so many spreadsheets. I hope that they would say that I'm really encouraging. That's what I try. That's almost kind of a part of what I've made my job description to be, is hoping that I'm doing my best to support each different staff member in their different parts of our organization. And a lot of that support just comes through encouragement and through championing them in all the great things that they're doing, and being the biggest cheerleader. So hopefully encouraging and kind and hardworking. I'm a problem solver, so if you put something in front of me, I want to make sure we get it fixed and done.
Yeah, everyone needs a Beth Joseph in their life, seems like. That's really nice.
You're so sweet.
So can you talk about your post-secondary journey? So more about your undergraduate and all of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I actually, that's how I came to Lynchburg. A lot like other people, transplants that end up here in Lynchburg. I came in 2010 and got my undergrad at Liberty in psychology and counseling. And then I decided to stick around and do grad school as well too, which is totally something I never planned on doing. I love school and I love being a student, but I also was so ready to get out and explore the world or do something different after my undergrad. But then I had the opportunity to stick around and do grad school, and I was really excited for that. And it just so happened that my very first day of grad school was also my very first day of working for Beacon of Hope. And so I've been almost 2 years in my full-time position with Beacon of Hope, but I actually started working for Beacon of Hope a while before that as one of our work study students. And so my whole entire time through grad school, the full 3 years that I was there, I was a work study student in our EC Glass Future Center, and just fell in love with the work of what Beacon of Hope was doing. So much so that what I was studying in grad school was nothing at all like what I was getting to do with Beacon of Hope. But I started making plans and just hoping and crossing my fingers that our executive director would give me a job when I graduated. And so, and yeah, 2 weeks before I graduated, they offered me a job, and it was probably one of the most humbling experiences because I had just really hoped and prayed and crossed my fingers and wanted this job so badly. And so, yeah, I sometimes think that the reason I stayed in Lynchburg for grad school wasn't as much for the master's degree I ended up getting as much as just the connection of getting to work for Beacon of Hope, which then led to getting to work for them full time.
I love it. Oh, so nice. So going off of your post-secondary journey and working with Beacon, what advice would you give to our students?
Oh man. I think, and this is a question that we always do a lot of times, especially now that we're in the virtual world, when we're doing Zoom sessions with our scholars or parents, doing orientations and things. And I think I have the same answer every single time to this question, but it's when I think about what I needed when I was in their position was I needed someone to tell me that it's okay to ask for help. I was so, as a freshman in college and even starting into grad school, I think I just thought asking for help was a sign of weakness or a sign of immaturity. And I really suffered because of that, because it's by no means a sign of weakness or immaturity. It's actually a sign of maturity and good self-awareness when you recognize that you need the support of other people around you who might have strengths in areas where you're weak and vice versa. And so I'd say don't be scared to ask for help. It's not a sign of weakness. It actually will take you much farther in life if you're willing to just rely on the community around you.
Take note, everybody, what you just said. All right, so last question is, if you're a new addition to a Crown Box, what color would you be and why?
Ooh. Do you mean like a new color?
Or a color already there, totally up to you.
Because that in my mind, I was like, I can't even fathom a new color. I mean, my favorite color is blue. So I think I'd be some shade of blue because it's very calming, but it's really fun. It makes me think of a summer day. But yeah, that's not really that exciting. But
No, I like it. I like it. That's great. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Beth, for, sharing your experience and sharing your journey and just letting us get to know more about you. And thank you all for tuning in so much. We appreciate it. I hope you all have enjoyed these staff spotlights. Stay tuned because we have a couple more going on. Thank you again, Beth.
Bye, Jen. See ya.